Hi, today we are going to learn how to use a Silhouette Cameo machine, and we're going to learn to save money and make our own custom creations for our family, friends, or even for our business. To use your Silhouette Cameo machine, there's some supplies you're going to need, and that includes your machine, also the computer with Silhouette software installed, cutting mat, a weeding tool which looks like a little pick, the heat press or iron. You can use an iron, but you need a lot of pressure and you need a lot of heat, and it's very difficult to get a good stick without the heat press. So I'd recommend getting a heat press if you're going to be making more than 5 of these shirts. You also need heat transfer vinyl, a blank t-shirt, and a ratchet blade. Now most cameos come with a auto blade which will automatically set the blade depth for your project, but you want to be able to adjust it manually because the auto blade is not always accurate. The ratchet blade will allow you to adjust it manually. This is what the program looks like when you open it up. Here's the cutting mat represented here, and here is the design where you press design, and it's going to design. You'll pick a design for your project. There's a store where you can buy new designs. There's the library where you can store and save your projects or things you design. And send is what you would press when you are ready to send it over to your Cameo cutting machine. So here, let's see. I think I was starting to design a shirt, but I decided instead of using any of these designs that I had, I was going to just use font. So here I picked the Big Brother font and I put it in on my cutting mat design on the computer, and then I picked a different font that I wanted to use. So the Big Brother font came with the program, the wording Malachi, that font came from the store. I purchased that font. It's called Nutcracker in case you like it. The next thing you want to do is you want to get your cutting mat out. Now the cutting mat looks the same as it does on the program. It's 12 by 12 inches, and when you put your vinyl, your heat transfer vinyl, onto the cutting mat, you want to make sure that it is shiny side down, and you'll see why. So here's what it should look like. It should look shiny side down with the arrow up here going into the machine. So this is going to be what goes into the machine right here. So here's the arrow. So a trick and something to watch for when you first start using your machine is this little section right here. I'm circling now. So this is this part right here is like a screw. You need to screw it in and lock it. So you need to make sure when you start your cutting that you have this area here all locked in and put in the groove that's here and then locked. If not, this is going to all be sliding around and it's not going to cut properly. Here, right here is where you put your blade, your tool, and this is the ratchet blade I was talking about. It's black usually. The auto blade is white. Actually, here's the auto blade sitting right here, which I don't ever use. The next thing you want to do is you're going to load it into the machine. You're going to press send on the computer where I showed you, and then you also want to make sure that you flip to the mirror image. So here you can see that the computer right here has all the fonts in it, and I go over, I press send. It's going to say, here it's being sent over. And you usually want to plug in your computer to your machine, and here I put ratchet blade because I'm not using the auto blade. You can adjust the force, the speed, everything. When you put heat transfer vinyl, it normally will put all the right settings on it. However, I like to move the force up to about 12 just to get a really good solid cut. And that is how hard it's going to press down. Now here you want to make sure you send mirrored, because that's going to flip it around when it cuts here. So here it begins to cut, and it looks like that It's actually really fun to watch. So you can see how it just moves in and out, and that's why it's so important that you have the pegs locked, or else it's going to start slipping around, and it's really fun to watch, and you can kind of look over it and make sure it's cutting properly how you want it to cut. It's going to be in progress, and it's just a really super cool machine. Now here, after you cut it, I usually cut out the design. You're going to take the weeding tool that's right here, and you're going to start weeding it. Here I start weeding it, and then it's fun when you can actually start pulling it, and that's really fun. Here you're going to place it where you like it, and you're going to put it in your heat press. The heat press goes on for 330, the temperature is 330, and it's for 20 seconds. That's a picture of it in progress, or actually video of it. You want to make sure you want to peel it, and you want to make sure that after the heat press, and you peel off the sticky part, and this is really fun. Hopefully, if everything's done properly, it should come off pretty easily like it is here. It's getting snagged a little bit, but typically, if it's a good press, it's going to come off, it's going to look nice, and you're going to have a beautiful new shirt, and it should stay on. I mean, you don't have to wash it inside out or anything. You can just keep it on. It should last forever, especially with the heat press, because you can see the grooves in it, and that means it did a good press. You can see the grooves in the lettering. Let me see if you can see it right here. The grooves that go into the right here, and also right here. That means it did a good press. It should stay pretty well and not have any issues with it peeling off. See, and now you can enjoy sending these projects over to people that you love, your family. This is my son. He's a new big brother, and he's really excited about his new big brother shirt. And here's the projects that I was working on the computer that I showed you. Some other projects that you can do are, these are my new son, the little brother to the big brother. You can make baby gifts for baby showers. Here I put on the hat, his name, the bib, or like scripture on the little gowns. And you can also, you can make signs. So this is just vinyl. Oracle 651 vinyl is the best brand, and you can get that on Amazon. You can get it really a lot of places. Sorry, it's really good vinyl, and it's permanent vinyl. So Oracle 651 is, and then you do the same thing, but you don't do mirror image on these projects. Here I also did some water bottles with the Oracle 651. Oh, this machine also does amazing. It does so many things. Here it is cutting cardstock, and here's where I made a birthday card. That was kind of fun. Here I did some home decor projects, some garden flags, and this was with the heat press on burlap. And thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot from this lesson. Feel free to go back and watch it again and see if you missed anything. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them on the YouTube comment section. Thank you. Bye.